believe in yourself. Have the gall to believe that what you do matters, because you never know unless you do it, and stay true to your guns. Believe in yourself. Do whatever you do. I would say research it. I don't believe that, hey, you can be anything you want. You can be anything you're good at.
Yeah.
So, put your money where your mouth is too. You may never know, like, you're going to suck at whatever you do for a long time once you just start, but that's how you learn. Like, I feel like I failed so much in life and in music that I know what to do by process of elimination. So all those L's were lessons and made me become a master at a lot of things, because I know the opposite of it. Like, okay, if that doesn't work, then obviously the opposite of that's going to work. So let me try that out. Okay, then learn to put a little paint where it ain't,
I'm big boned. I'm heavy structure. I'm hung low. If I pull my shit out, this whole room get dark.
I'ma talk my shit. That finger let me talk my shit. Damn right I'm gon' talk my shit. I.E. in this bitch love. Never resting on my laurels. The definition of a core when they start questioning your morals. The decapitate.
So anyway, this is another dope episode of Talk Yo Shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Now, I always say that, and I always mean it, right? But me and this man go back. We're in the same label. We been through a lot of shows and seen a lot of wild shit on those shows. So, and I've always picked this man's brain for a lot of information as an artist as I was developing. So, he's very informative. He's never been in a position to be a gatekeeper or anything like that. He's always been, if he can help you, he's gonna do it. So when I say that this man is not only a dope artist, he's a dope person. He has a big personality. He's very helpful and real about giving this information and love to people who actually want to receive it. So when I say that it's an honor to have him here and to see this come together like this in this great way, and you'll get to see his energy and his goofiness and the way his mind works. Again, to me, this is family. This is a brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Diesel. 5K1 is what I say. They say 5,000. I always say 5K1. I never asked him if he was cool with that, but
I like you too, man. Like, damn, that was a strong intro. Like, I gotta
do it, man. I gotta say what I feel. I always gotta say what I feel.
So I'm trying to
Can't say nothing nice.
It's every introduction seems to be an adventure, so be prepared. But how are you doing this weekend?
Lion King?
Huh? Yeah. I guess I'm Simba. But how are you doing this morning?
I'm wonderful. I'm honored and blessed to be here. Thank you guys for having me. I'm an early riser, so I'm ready. We're here. I feel like my seat's sinking a little low because maybe I'm just tall, and I should be towering.
No, nigga, you just tall.
Yeah.
So, am I officially the heavyweight on the heavyweight podcast so far?
I mean,
I just want to know if I hold the record.
Probably.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Okay.
that show the tallest.
What do you weigh?
I'm on like $175.
$175. 175.
Yeah, say it like that. But like on the moon. So
from
like,
the waist up? Yeah, I was like, where? Like,
so,
what are you talking about? What
like on the moon. So like in ratio, carry the one, and then
Yes, then we'll give it to you.
All right, so
I identify as a much smaller man, but I know I'm heavy.
I'm trans slender. He's been waiting on that. He's been waiting on
I've had
that.
it.
I could tell. Like, as soon as he heard it, he was like, ooh, this is the time.
the time has come.
I'll tap out.
I
I'm
love
so
it.
fucking tired.
Welcome,
time
welcome,
is
Views and
welcome.
opinions expressed here. Podcast.
So,
Oh shit.
when did you know that you wanted to do music?
That's a good question. I wanted to be a wrestler growing up. That was my thing.
Me
You know,
too.
I was a Hulk Hogan fan before he turned into
Oh.
an asshole, right? You know, ate my vitamins, say my prayers, all that good stuff. And you know, I remember going like to a shadowing day in high school, and we actually went into a ring, and I saw what they actually have to do, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. seems like a lot of work and painkillers. So yeah, I mean, I was always writing. Like when I was young, I was like making comic books and, you know, writing short stories and everything. And so writing was always like my big thing. And I love music. And then I started combining. I started like making parodies of songs that I liked. And my brother, like, you know, challenged me, said instead of like making fun of these songs, how we just make your own. So I'm like, okay, bet, that's how we're gonna do it. And then I started writing. Oh, it's not bad. That's not bad at all. And I just kept doing it. Like my mom was always singing while working out and or like cleaning up and whatever. So like I always had that in my head. I always had a sense of melody. I always had a sense of I'm gonna sing while I have a long day. I'm going to do something, or I'm gonna chill out on the porch and just, you know, get lost in the music while it's raining outside, whatever. It was always a part of me. So like I combined my love of music and my love of writing together, and I saw it was, you know, something good. Like, and I kept it a secret to myself until like one day, like a teacher, Miss Flanoy, I remember her name, yeah. In the 10th grade, she saw me writing. What is it? Like, oh, I'm writing a verse. Oh, you do music? What? I try, you know, let me do something. So she said, you should get on the Black History Month talent show. And this was young Diesel, so I had my giant fro at the time. You know, Bone Thugs and Harmony were very popular when I was in high school, so it was Mac 10. So
We all old.
Oh, you had the blowout. Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not old. Don't do that.
You the oldest one here.
I'm not. I'm not the oldest one.
I don't like to say I'm old. I like to say I'm seasoned.
I don't know.
You know,
Is it Cajun?
Yeah, I'll be seasoned a little bit.
yeah, you know.
But don't call me old no more.
Is it Creole or
Shut
What kind of
up.
Wow.
Okay. So the teacher saw you writing.
So you should get out there and do something. So I remember I had a homie that he made beats or whatnot, and then I paid him like $50 for his beat. It was the most terrible beat ever, right? But I'm like, I need something. So like the night before, I got like what was it? It was the How High remix, Method Man and Redman. I think I took that instrumental instead, and I wrote something to it. And like I went in front of my school, and like I was a shy kid that never talked. You know, I was a weirdo. I was a nerd that you know, sat by myself and whatnot. So I went out and you know, they never heard me talk before. It was like you could hear a pin drop, and then beat came on, and I exploded and standing ovation. I'm like, oh, they responded to that. They liked that. Okay, cool. And like after that, it was like night and day. Like people were coming up and talking to me. I was like the pride of the school. You know, it was magical. And like, okay, if I have a voice, what I say matters, and people are going to listen to it. Maybe because I'm a giant, but you know, I feel seen and alive. So okay, and like that feeling never went away. So every time I'm on stage, I'm like, and people like, you know, if I'm invisible to them before I'm on that stage, you're going to notice me afterwards because I'm gonna come for it. You know, and I know what that feeling is like. If I could ever help people get that same feeling, you know, because being able to be seen and feel like you're a part of something or feel like you matter could be the difference between life and death.
Yeah.
So me going through my struggles with depression and stuff growing up, and we can all go to that stuff too, but it really helped me out. It's therapeutic for me. Even to this day, it's extremely therapeutic for me. So I'm always chasing that dopamine rush, and you know, I'm still here doing it, and some cool things have happened along the way.
So it's essentially like getting a nut for you.
This nigga.
Yeah, you trying to fuck her.
I'm just saying, like you said, the dopamine rush. I think
No, real talk. It is that.
Yeah.
It's spiritual. It's church for me. You know, that's my testimony.
Yeah.
There. You know, it's a high that nothing can like.
you described that well, because that's exactly how it feels. It's like this weird high that you're always chasing. That's why I compared it to a nut.
I was you chose the right way, because you could have went the wrong way, because you were not a little person, and like you became the pride of the school. You could have been like, man, fuck all y'all, just start bullying people.
Yeah, real talk. You know.
But thank you for not doing that.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a beautiful thing. I'm always humbled every time someone says you something. hey, that was dope. I like what you did. I'm like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that the words from a stranger can save your life.
Yeah.
You know, so you got the worst day in the world, and someone tells you, hey, I really like that shirt. That could change you around. Now you're not going to go shoot up the school, or you're not going to, you know, do this or that, or jump off of the bridge or whatever. You know, so little things like that matter. That can really help people.
I'm a piece of shit. Because I'm like, they might be like, thanks, and still go do that shit.
Okay.
Sorry.
I swear to God. You know, just
Spitting bars while
Dare to
you're
drink.
on a tower. Let me stop. So where did the name Diesel 5001 come from?
Oh man, so like my rap name in high school was it was Long Shot. You know, I'm a big X-Men fan, but it stands for living on negligent ground, spending hours overtime training. It was long-winded, but you know, it was like on some underdog shit. It was like, hey, you may not expect much from me, but just know I'm putting in a lot of hours, a lot of work in to be the best that I can be. And like Long Shot, he was this character from X-Men where he was cursed with failure in everything he did, but his power was that he had like enhanced luck. So he was still like trying to, even though he was doomed to fail, he was still going to give it his all, you know. And when I had a rap partner, Sonny Phoenix, and we had a group, Y Factor, Yellow Factor, because we were both light-skinned. His uncle, we had an in with Interscope Records, and so we were trying to be more like professional and whatnot, and Long Shot, I guess, wasn't sexy enough, so I had to go with another name. But me also attached name, I battled people for that name. You know, that was my name. That's who I was. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I got to conform at some point. I want to make it. I want to do my thing. So I went through a list of like 500 names and like boil it down. Blah, 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 blah. Nope. You know, Diesel was my favorite wrestler growing up. So, okay, let me do Diesel, but let me change it up a little. Let me make it the hip hop spelling, you know? So it's like D''ZYL, but it's Diesel, you know?
That's what I was going to ask. I was like, come on, you said you're a wrestling fan. I know it's called Big Diesel. Come
Yeah,
on.
you know, big sexy, you know? So we do. And the 5K one, like, you know, I was also a big Outkast fan, right? So I'm like, okay.
I'm a big Andre fan too.
Yeah. So I'm like, Andre 3000, like, let me go a step further. Let me get 5001, but I don't want to bite his name. Let me make it relevant. So I'm like, okay, like everything that we do now, it's like, it's a snapshot in time. It's like a time capsule, right? So like, I want my music to be like still dope in the year 5001. So Diesel also like a slang for like big, extra, larger than life, you know, powerful. So I'm like, I want to make powerful, theatric, impactful music that's still going to be dope in the future.
Oh,
That's what's up.
Yeah.
that's real dope.
That's well thought out.
yeah.
Thank you.
You put a lot more thought in that than Lil Baby.
I like Lil
Or
Baby.
Dub Baby.
Oh, I love the baby.
That's Dababy, is it
I
called?
love him.
Because it's all together. Because it's all spelled together, Dababy.
I love him.
Uh,
I'm gonna start saying that shit.
That's not the baby. That's my baby. I love him.
I'm gonna ask this just because it popped in my head because you said battling. How many have you been in battles, rap battles, and
Man, you had to.
do you remember your? I guess your toughest battle, rap battle.
Kuda,
Oh yeah,
my cousin.
that's a long
embarrassed me.
fucking day. Yeah,
Oh, he embarrassed me. That's easy. And Kuda's like, that's still like, that's like
He was
my
your
goat.
cousin. He embarrassed you.
Damn.
You didn't take it easy?
Both my cousins, Kuda and my cousin Trey, they double teamed me. They went on me
Damn.
all
Yeah.
day. And
Cool.
Damn.
Were they on the
You know,
same
they
team, or
humbled
they
me.
just did that for fun?
I think a little of both.
Okay, because I
They
did
did
like
that.
sports if
They
you're on
did
the
that.
same team, but if you just do that, you're
Yeah.
like, yo, cuz, like,
Right. You could
shout out to Kuda.
It was at like a family kickback. I learned
Yeah.
about
oh yeah,
that.
yeah,
See, there it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said they did that to embarrass you from the family. That's what it sounded like.
No,
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
a pow pow. Hey,
Yeah, you know, and I learned a lot that day, you know, and I grew from it. I got strong from the hazing, you know. But yeah, I remember that. And after that, you couldn't tell me nothing because I remember Kuda, like my older brother, you know, they're best friends growing up. And they used to like, you know, snap on me. But like not to be malicious, but that's what you do. You clown your younger cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I'm so quick with it. If someone ever tries to clown me, like I got like 17 jokes right to come back at you with, and like you can't say anything that's gonna hurt my feelings ever, you know. So it was all training for another day. Like, and you know, but we're tight, you know. Me and Kuda never had problems, you know. That's like the dude I wanted to be like growing up. He was the good looking dude, the best rapper, singer, just cool personality. I mean, you know Kuda.
Kuda is. Yeah. Shout out to Kuda again because You said Kuda. That's a long day. He's nice.
I don't know,
very,
but I can't keep getting Mace out of my head. Scooby to the game now. I know my duty.
I'm gonna have to play you some Kuda's music. Yeah. So what made you decide to start Uproar?
Well, actually, I didn't start it. My boy Dave. I'm Sonny's pops. That's my best friend. He went to the school before me. I graduated from Sierra High School in San Bernardino. I was the best rapper at the school during my time, and he was the best rapper at the school during his time. And my sister, who knew him as well, introduced us together, say, hey, you guys should link up, whatever. So we were a duo for a while in high school, and then, we kind of went off and did our own thing. And he came back and said, hey, I'm trying to start this, this little thing together, this little collective. And he came back and recruited me, and, it was just good to not do stuff alone, especially like in San Bernardino or most parts of the IE. It's like for the wolves, like if we ever did a show and we were better than another group or another act, we had to be ready like to fight them afterwards or like battle them, whatever. So like having like your team, your backup, it was important. And we all kind of like the same stuff. We grew up together, came from the same neighborhoods, we had different backgrounds and ethnicities, but we all still had pride in what we did and where we were from. And so that's where it came from there. And like, there was a few of us, we had a small collective. Some of them I'm still cool with to this day. Some of them, they've gone off to other places. Some of them aren't here anymore. And, we had to have our backs and do ourselves because no one's going to do it for us. So that's where Uproar came from. We wanted to cause an uproar. We're the underdogs that were going to say, hey, we matter too. We have something too. Like if we need to go get shirts, like, hey, we're going to press them up ourselves. Our CDs, we were slapping, stickers on the CDs, press them up at Kinko's and whatnot, slinging them at shows, doing whatever we could, and like researching, hey, how can we do this? How can we make this better? Who can we reach out to for this opportunity? We're not going to wait for people to come to us. Like we're going to knock on the door, say, hey, I'm here. I want a shot. This is what my worth is and whatever. And so that's how we always expanded with that. And just over time, we changed. We stopped doing it for years to where I was like the only one left, and I went out and trailblazed and got opportunities and did this and that and, reformed the crew back. And that's when, Sonny, he started coming back around and not coming back around, but he started, growing up. He's like 12, 13. He wanted to do this. I'm like, all right, man. Hey, you grew up with us in the studio. Like, it's your time. Let's see what you can do. And then you see Sonny now, he's
shout out to Sonny.
Prince of the IE.
Yeah.
I've known that man since he was 3 years old. I pushed him in the stroller. Now I see him on billboards and shit. That's crazy to see.
That's what's up. I told him this. I brought this story up to Sonny, and I wanted to see, and I remember you commented on the post on the clip. But what was your recollection of that show that we did? I can't remember where it was. I want to say it was towards Long Beach, but where we ended up not performing that night.
When they had like 47 artists on the bill? Yeah.
I remember being very turned up that night.
Yeah, I still don't like that promoter, man. When I see him, that's another story for another day, but that dude, sometimes you gotta, I'm going to say this a lot during the episode, sometimes you gotta take it on the chin, right?
Whoa, boss.
Stupid. You're so stupid.
And we'll get to that. But sometimes like, you go and stuff with good intentions and, you got to be professional about it, even though it's like some terrible circumstances you got to go through and you got to put up with this. And I always say save it for the car ride home because like there's been a million shows where there's some like wild stuff happening at the show or people are coming at you false or not coming correct or just some outlandish funny shit that you want to clown about. Like, hey, save it for the car ride home. We'll talk about it later. Right now we just got to stay unified and we got to, nothing can move us. We got to be stoic about it, whatever. But yeah, when you're on the lineup and if there's like 20, 30 names on it, you ain't performing like at a good time unless like you're tight with the promoter. You're performing like at 2:30 in the morning. And that shit sucks if you got to work at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you take a hour and a half drive to get there. You come with the whole crew and whatnot. You prepare, you rehearse, and you see just a bunch of clowns on stage. 20 acts later, like, yo, I'm still not up. hey, what's up, man? Like, we got to jump you afterwards, or what's going on?
That's what it felt like. Because it felt like, yeah, that's why I was going to ask you your thought process. Because I know I was very riled up in that parking lot.
Man, I want to see what car he had, pop the tire or something. I don't encourage these acts, but just how he felt at the time, you know.
Oh God.
Leah Truth.
Because I know Sonny was like, man, he thought it was crazy because he was underage. He's like, I'm here underage trying to perform, and this shit happens. And he saw how we were all reacting. It felt like it was going to be some shit in that parking lot.
Yeah. But most things you learn from. Like, I remember, like, one of my favorite movies, The Five Heartbeats, when they were all excited to go on tour. Like, yeah, man, we got to be at this room, blah, blah, blah. And, like, they're on, like, this stage. It's like a 4x4 stage. And they have, like, a little, like, tiny microphone with, like, a 2-foot cord. And they're singing along to their record playing and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
I've had shows like that where, like, the cord is, like, from here to here. And, like, I'm rapping over, you know, my shit. And I'm like, man, it's like, that bathroom is just, like, a cloth. There's not even a door on there. But, you know, it's an experience, right? You learn what you like, what you don't like, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate. So, I mean, it's all part of the journey. Now, you can differentiate and say, I don't want to do that shit no more. I don't have to do that. I don't have to pay those dues. But sometimes you need the experience so you can make a joke about it or a story about it later.
And I was so mad about that because I thought that stage looked so dope.
Yeah.
That's what always bugged me about that. That's like, when we get on that stage, we're about to fucking kill this shit. And he was like, yeah, you guys ain't performing. I was like, what the fuck?
We overbooked.
Yeah. And that shit used to happen a lot, unfortunately, because certain promoters just... I figured I'd bring it up. I brought it up to Sonny. I figured I'd bring it up with you. But, you know, being that you've delved into throwing shows, running, being a part of a label, and being an artist, what challenges did you face with each?
I've been throwing shows for a long time. It was mainly just, you know, trying to book the people that I like. You know, so like every time like I can book a show, I'm booking like a dream team lineup of people that I fuck with, or I think are dope, or I want to like expose them to like the audience that they're not used to, or combine this area and this area and this area to, you know, to get together and network and do their thing when they normally may have not ever done that before. And like I started like investing in like sound equipment and learning how to DJ and do all that stuff, or host and all that, just so I could be self-reliant or even like lend those services out to people whenever they need that. And you know, I mean, there's challenges with it. I mean, sometimes the person may be really dope. They show up with like one person, you know, and you know, the bar is mad at you because they're not making enough money, or it could be they bring too many people and they're rowdy as fuck. And you're like, man, these guys are tagging in the bathroom, or they're doing this and that, or they're saying bitch too much on the microphone, and the owner of it is a woman, and she's like, hey, I don't like that shit at my place. You know, it could be a bunch of things. So it's a gamble going with it, whatever. And just hip hop in general usually has a bad reputation for venues. Like some places, if they know it's going to be a hip hop show, they may have like $1 million like insurance bond on it.
Yeah.
To where like, hey, just because it's hip hop, we have to charge extra, and we have to be really careful because someone got shot here last time. I'm like, damn, like I've never been at a hip hop show where there's been a fight. I've seen some rock shows and other stuff where there's been fights and stabs and shit. Never at a hip hop show that I've ever been to ever thrown. But, you know, that negative stigma is going to be in there because of the content of the music. That's, you know, that's abundant.
Wasn't that the shit they were doing with Mission Tobacco?
Yeah, sounds about that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of places in Riverside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I remember, yeah. There was a few times where they weren't doing hip hop. Yeah.
I do have to ask though, were people tagging it in the bathroom? Because I'm probably gonna be like, y'all niggas can't go.
Yeah.
No,
Shut it out. Big grown ass tagging in the bathroom.
Oh, it's hip hop. It's hip hop. Yeah, not in the bathroom, bro. Do a mural. You don't have to etch your name on the toilet seat,
dummy,
for hip hop. You know, I gotta cut my ass cheeks because you want to keep it real. Now you fucking up for everybody.
Fucked it up for all of us.
Come on. You know, we all want a platform. We all want to rap in front of people.
Crazy.
We all want to be self-serving.
Do you really want your name on a toilet seat, though?
That's
right.
crazy.
You know?
That's the crazy part.
That's grown adults.
Yeah. And I mean, yes, you got to deal with knuckleheads and whatnot and all that. Or, hey, can we blaze up in here? Like, no, you can't blaze up in here, dummy. Can you blaze up at work? You know, be an adult. Don't mess it up for all of us just because you feel comfortable. Don't put your shoes back on.
Yeah, but, Kevin.
Do you think that comes with like not knowing? Like, I think a lot of people don't understand that business side of it too. Because you're like, yes, Wiz Khalifa can have people come in here because they can pay the fucking $35 whatever.
Right.
See, even with that though, like I notice, some people just don't get it because we've had like coworkers that were drivers, right, and they got fired for tagging while they were en route, and when they were brought in the office, they said, "This is just what I do," and it's like, nigga, you get paid for that. This is what you're doing, and then the boss is responsible. This is what I do. You're fucking fired.
That's
like
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild. It's like some people just don't get it. You could try to explain, hey man, this is a business. We don't do this at the business.
You
They'd be
shouldn't
like,
have to explain that.
yeah, you shouldn't. But like some people just don't get it.
Oh God.
So, you know? And like even like with booking, right? Like I want to get like a decent amount of acts. Like I want to put 40 people on the bill, but I want to put enough to where like it's a good show. Or like say even if somebody doesn't have a huge fan base, I know if I can get a big crowd here, I know they can rock the shit out of that crowd, and I know they can keep them entertained. They're going to be there the whole time, and it's just going to be a good vibe altogether. Then you have like I call it the Friday night family emergency when someone cancels like maybe an hour or two before the show. I'm like, well, damn, I could have had like 17 other people fill this up. I could have filled this up. I rap, and like little things like that are like, hey, this person's dope, but like, man, I can't book you for another 6 months, because I can't have the same lineup every single time. I gotta spread that stuff out. I want to have this artist. So I have like a really young crowd. Then I got like an older artist that don't appeal to that type of stuff. So I got to like balance all those things out, and a lot of things come out of pocket. This person wants to be paid this, or I want to accommodate them for their time and travel and what they're bringing to the table. There's a million things that can happen during shows, but like it's a labor of love. But I love it, and even though like most times nowadays I'm behind the boards, running the sound and whatnot, I got the best seat in the house, and I'm just enjoying everybody performing and getting together and chatting. Whatnot. Some people can collaborate. Some people can go home together. Just seeing that community building is always like, it's self-serving for me. I love seeing it, and I love shaking hands with people, all the hugs, the good conversations. That's always going to be a thing that I'm going to be into, and I feel like I can pay those blessings forward because I remember when people like opened up the doors for me, and they opened up that stage and, hey, go do your thing. Like I was jumping on every single open mic I could anywhere I went to. And I went from that to headlining shows and throwing my own things and whatnot. So I know the ins and outs of all of it. I just love seeing it all come together, the networking from it. And so, there's challenges with anything you do, but like I said, if you love it, you just take it on the chin.
Pause.
Oh, jeez.
He was waiting. What is your writing structure when you're creating music? Like, do you create maybe the chorus or the hooks first and then go into the 16 or the verses, or do you kind of like create the verse and then build around that?
It's changed over the years. 'Cause I used to write before like hearing a beat, and I'll like start trying to match it to it, and I was offbeat as shit, and I had like way too many words in a sentence. So I struggled with that for many years, and I still try to fit too many words in a sentence. I feel bad when I got to take them out. But nowadays I hear the beat, like, and I'll start kind of like mumbling the melody. So I have like the way I want it to sound, then I'll start filling in with words later. And like being a professional driver for many, many years, you're nowhere near a notepad, I started getting really good at like building it up in my head to where I was like building verses and like songs and whatnot. And I'm not gonna say like I'm Jay-Z and I write every single thing in my head, but like on breaks, I put them on my phone. But like I've done whole albums just like driving, building, because driving, that's like my happy place. It's where I can be alone in my thoughts. That's my alone time. So I can just listen to the music, just think of something and blah, 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 blah. And, we went from having like a million notebooks to my phone or to like now my head and whatnot. So if I hear a beat, I'm just going to organically, like, I'm going to mumble and get the sound of it right. And then I'm start thinking of like punchlines and constructing it all together. And I also be like, do it like a roller coaster. You want to take them somewhere. You want to like maybe start off small, go big, come back down, or then fluctuate. You want to give them something, like say your song Alone, right? That's still probably my favorite song for you of all time. It's a big soliloquy. It's it's you talking to the world like they're in your living room. And there's like so many different like emotions going into that song. And shit, that was a song that made me want to sign you to the Uproars. I still fuck with that song heavy. And you want to take them somewhere. You want to feel connected with them. Like no matter what they're doing, they're gonna shut up and listen to it. So I want to keep that in mind whenever I'm making something. Like, hey, I like it, but like I want to make this digestible for the listener too. Hey, can they fuck with it too? Can it be in the background? They fuck with it, or they can say like, "Ew, I don't want to hear that," or pause, or whatever.
So, it popped in my head when you were talking. I'm imagining it's like me. Have you put on a full concert while you're driving, and someone look up at you and say, "What the fuck is he?" and you're putting on a full-on show? No?
Every day, man.
Yeah.
Like, you may roll up to me and I'm bumping some Katy Perry or something. I'm in full volume singing.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with Katie.
I love Katie.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Not when she sang at the for Kamala Harris. She shouldn't have did that. Katie should not have never sang no Whitney Houston song. Sorry, Katie, baby. You got your own good music. You should have sang one of those songs. However, she does have a lot of good music. It's just that Whitney Houston thing she did. She shouldn't have did that.
And titty's nice too.
I didn't look at Katie's titties. I didn't look at Katie's. I was focused on the fact that
The way you present things is like you're trying to be as polite as possible.
But she threw shade.
It's so much shade on it, like
because I like Katy Perry, but just when she did that Whitney Houston song, like who authorized that? Like y'all heard this before she got up here.
There's so many good things about you. This, however.
Ain't it? Did you see it?
That was hard. I put it on mute.
Oh, yes. And it still was bad.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so
I'll send it to you. You need to see it.
No.
Everybody, I saw it. You got to see it. Yep.
I got enough of those in my inbox already.
I'm gonna send it to you all.
You don't want to play that game. You don't.
Yeah, no.
I saw it.
All right.
You got to see it.
You seen one jar, one. Yep, never mind. If you ain't seen it, then you gotta see it.
I might send it to you so you can re-see it. I'll follow
thank
you.
you.
I'll send it right to you.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give any artist or entrepreneur following in your footsteps?
Don't follow in my footsteps. For one, I got big shoes, but
Flex.
Size 15s. I think they shrank. It used to be size 16. Like I used to be 6'5". I think I'm 6'4.5" now, and I feel short. But that's besides the point.
Flex.
Hey, do what feels good to you.
That's what I say.
That's
Oh
the
my goodness gracious.
that's the best thing I can say. Believe in yourself. Have the gall to believe that what you do matters, because you never know unless you do it. And stay true to your guns. Believe in yourself and do whatever you do. I would say research it. I don't believe that, hey, you can be anything you want. You can be anything you're good at.
Yeah.
So, put your money where your mouth is too. You may never know, like you're going to suck at whatever you do for a long time once you just start, but that's how you learn. Like I feel like I failed so much in life and in music that I know what to do by process of elimination. So all those L's were lessons and made me become a master at a lot of things, because I know the opposite of it. Like, okay, if that doesn't work, then obviously the opposite of that's going to work. So let me try that out. Okay, then learn to put a little paint where it ain't, But just, invest in yourself. There's always like a negative stigma with musicians, like a rapper can't have a job. Like it's like the only genre where like having a job and being a musician isn't like cool. I'm like, nah, man, like you gotta invest in yourself. Unless you got like a rich parent or you got, sugar daddy, sugar mama, something, you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to invest in your craft. Like this shit ain't free. This shit all costs money,
And I'll double down on that because I met a lot of rappers that were like, hey, man, you got to be about it. Just sacrifice everything. Just sleep on couches. And you're like, nigga.
That's only if you can.
If you can do it, more power to you.
Oh, you homeless.
That's
homeless.
I don't think you should do that even if you can.
What I'm saying, it's one of the things where
you get to the go. Your go has to be all go, and you can't like, hey, I'm taking a nap. Like, no, nigga, there's no naps. Like, if you're doing this, like, this is all go.
Yeah.
So invest in yourself, definitely. And I've come across a lot of the rappers that just be like, oh, I'm gonna just Nah, nigga, you have to.
Right around getting it.
How old are these rappers? Because there needs
Some
to
of
be
them,
a cutoff. age.
Some of them were
Well,
in the age where
no.
you're like, hey, man, like you gotta.
I'm gonna say this. There's gonna be a point when the check cash place don't take nothing no more, and you're like, maybe I should.
Yeah, it gotta be like a little cutoff range. I don't think you should stop if you've already like established yourself. When you get a certain age, keep going. But if you are like 35 and ain't nothing hit yet, you need a full-time job. You might want to set this one down. This ain't for you.
Damn, she just,
Or just
Yeah, you just heard a lot of people feel
just
like
hurt my
I
goddamn
won't
feelings.
say-
I'm like,
and I'm sorry.
I won't say age wise. I'm just
No,
saying
but
at a
yeah,
certain
damn,
time,
niggas.
get the job to invest in yourself as opposed to just
Not
being like
you.
it didn't pop off like
there's
Like, the struggle sounds sexy, but it's
35.
not.
yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
First,
not. It's,
first she was
no.
throwing shade. Now she taking people's votes.
Not you.
Just feeling
You guys are,
dreams.
I'm not talking to the talented
shit,
people
we
that
just-
everybody know is talented already.
We just lost 30 subscribers. God damn it,
Well,
Des.
I mean,
So, like, but the culture, the vision.
I ain't talking to the talented people that everybody already know was talented.
Motherfucker was eating his
You got
eggs.
motherfuckers in
if
their
you-
car crying right
but
now.
if you 34 and you just started rapping and then it just don't hit in the first year, it's not for you.
He got his
They gotta learn. You just
breakfast
gotta-
sandwich from
Okay,
AM.
37.
He got his breakfast sandwich from AM PM.
you know
He's
what
sitting in
you
the car
just did,
listening
though?
to us.
You just
You
motivated some old
fucking
nigga
ruined his-
somewhere. He's like, you know
Yeah.
what?
Fuck her.
Somebody
you know-
just cussed me out. They gonna be in your inbox asking, can they get on the show?
Exactly. or like just respect your age and like what you can do with it. You know, like, hey, if I'm coming in at 35, okay, I'm not talking about the same things that 18-year-olds talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to be grown and talk about these bills I got to pay.
Yes.
I got
Yeah.
kids to put through
You should be
college. I'm
paying
gonna do
bills.
that.
You
Yeah.
should be
You
paying
should be.
bills.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you
And
turned
not
up at the
just your
club?
cell
You
phone.
how old?
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like what are those two British dudes like Pete and Boz?
The old
You
guys?
see 'em? Yeah.
Yeah, they be
Oh,
going
those
off.
grandpas.
They be
right?
coming off.
They
Man.
right. They cold.
Man.
But see, you have to be doing that type of stuff. You
Yeah.
gotta hit.
They got
Well,
like
you gotta know
double
what you gotta do.
retirement.
Yeah,
They
you gotta know what
got
you're
old
doing.
money. They got all that. You know, like
Yeah.
they're talking about that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's in pocket.
They be coming off.
They cold. They cold.
Pants
Yeah.
on the ground. Pants on the ground.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, but
Them,
like you
them
know,
two and that white dude that be in the car doing all the rap. I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he just did Kendrick Lamar's like whole album, and he looked like Bill Nye the Science Guy. That nigga cold.
Hey, you gotta know.
Can
You
we
gotta
say-
find your niche.
Can we say that? That nigga?
Yep. When you see his video, when you see y'all know how I feel, but when you see his video, you
he
gonna be
got
like,
the-
that
he
nigga
got the
cold.
tan.
I gotta tell you something after the
So, what would you say is your craziest uproar memory? Sorry.
like I say on camera. Oh boy.
Don't worry.
A lot of it's been like just seeing shows, like going out to different areas that I'm not used to. Like the OC, LA always has the most interesting characters at the show. In the OC, there was this one place where there was like a literal like fairy in the audience. Like
Wait, hold on. What?
No. Like they were dressed up like
Like
there's
Tinkerbell?
Like a
They
good
they
fairy?
had like this
Okay.
person had wings. There's like
That's a good fairy.
they like maybe they just came from a rave or something, but like she was on something. There's like this giant fan, and she was just swinging at the fan, just right in front of it, just like swinging at it, like she didn't
seems
fight
weird.
for her life. And then she went out on stage and she barred the fuck out, and I'm like, oh, I will never judge a book by its cover. I thought that I was imagining you. You're real. I wish I remember her name because I was a fan after that. I'm like, oh,
That's
you
funny.
were warming up. You had to literally fight your demons to go on stage. Okay,
That
cool.
is funny.
Yeah. Is that
That would have tripped me out. Like this, what is she just swinging at the fan?
Did you tap the person next to you? Like you see her too, right?
Yeah, like hey, is nobody seeing this right now, or did someone spike my drink, or
Did she
what's-
ever actually hit the fan?
No.
Oh, so the shit never hit the fan.
Yeah, whoever.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm on one
I
today.
can't say you because I catch all your bullshit. Every time you say something,
so
I catch
sorry.
every joke.
I just can't.
That's funny.
Fucking
Yeah.
puns, man.
I know Kevin hates him.
You would think as a comedian, you would.
Like
Yeah.
No, I hate myself because I like puns, but I hate puns.
Oh,
Yeah, but yeah, we
I
a
wish
lot of
you
stuff we
remembered her
learned.
name.
like a lot of-
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, I was saying like our craziest memories, like the stuff that we had to learn on the fly because like no one taught us. We had to learn by ourselves. Like I remember we had this a show many moons ago, early 2000s, like our first like big show together, and our engineer. He had like this big crush on like the homegirl that came to sing and whatnot, and he just had it in his mind like, you know what, I love this girl, I'm gonna marry her. Like, and she's like, even though he existed, whatever, right? And we had this big argument with him, and say, hey man, you gotta chill because like you're harassing the homegirl. Like we may have to pack you out, you know. And it was like a day or two before the show, he like went into the studio, deleted everything that we had recorded, and like took all the equipment and then bounced. And so we're like, well, damn, that was like our compilation CD. That was our big showing. So we went out, got some more equipment, and I had learned a few things from some watching him. And like I stood up for like a day and a half straight, like trying to mix that album as much as possible. And you know, like he deleted the project files, but we still had like the vocals in there. So we had to find everything, re-record a bunch of stuff. And I stayed up having to learn that stuff like by myself. And where, you know, we had like a little, you know, factory line in there going, okay, blah, blah, blah. You're in charge of cutting out the covers for the CDs. You got the slimline cases. You can put the covers on the CDs. And even before CDs were burnt, we were like packaging them up and then we would burn them. And it's like when a CD took like 40 minutes to burn for each one.
LimeWire days.
You know, yeah. We had old computers at the time. And and right before the show, you know, we were up on caffeine and no sleep and just young hunger. And we had the show, we had like a couple hundred CDs and we moved them. And Dave actually got arrested that show. None of the cops pulled him off stage because something. They thought he was banging because he had tattoos. But yeah, we learned from experience. Like, and from then I learned, hey, I can't rely on anybody else. I got to learn how to do this shit myself. And I've been mixing my own shit and recording and mixing, mastering, engineering the whole time.
What happened to
Yeah.
the motherfucker who deleted?
That's what I wanted to know. Did y'all catch up with him?
I think I saw him like some years later. About that time, like,
You want to put his name out there?
No, I don't do that because you know what? He's older now. And like somebody who has the ability to just be like, fuck y'all and just do that.
I would
now
never
he's going to be like, bah, bah.
I would never put a dude named Stranger Tim on blast because that would be very unprofessional. And fuck him wherever he's at. I mean, I wouldn't say that either because that's unprofessional, but you know.
Well, that's too late. You already.
Yeah, you already said it.
Oops.
Yeah.
You're keeping.
I mean, I embrace the petty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ain't scared of the pew pew, so pull up, run up and get down.
We'll do that at the park down the road.
Yeah. Down here, period. Okay.
Like I keep that thing on.
Run
It's
up
in my
and get
purse
down.
right now.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I learned to never rely on people. And said since then I've been mixing and mastering my own shit. You know, so it was a blessing in disguise because I would have been relying on somebody else still to this day if I never learned that valuable lesson.
So thank you for being a little bitch.
Yeah, thank you. Eat a dick.
Yep.
And turn that motherfucking TV off.
What was on the player haters wall at Chappelle show? I wish all the bad things in life happened to you and nobody but you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's just karma. That's your karma. That's nothing on me. That's all you.
Mm-hmm.
Take it on the chin.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
Oh God, I knew your ass was about to.
I'm going to throw this out here to see how you react.
Okay.
Do you think there would ever be a reinvention, reincarnating of a maximum capacity song?
Maybe. I've talked to Jess a few times. I haven't talked to True in a while, but I think they're doing good from last time I talked to them. Because that maximum capacity, we were a group of large men,
Which I thought was dope.
you know, and you know, we were all spitters, so it was like the Fat Boys like mixed like with Slaughterhouse. So like we were big dudes, and like we were gonna take over that stage, and we were just all spitters. You know, we had some differences and stuff. Like I was overzealous and over passionate about things, and I probably fucked it up. But right before our album dropped, like we broke up. But like we had a big buzz, and it was dope, and it was like a side project from what we were doing on the label and whatnot.
It was very dope.
It's unfortunate, but man, shit, I'm down for it. You know, I think time has passed, and like I said, I reached out, we've talked, and you know, hashed things out. Just we all got busy lives and kids and whatnot, so we haven't.
It be them
really
fucking
talked about
kids every time.
Well, I said, I always thought, because I remember that was how it came into the fold for me, to being introduced to the maximum capacity, and the feature is when we found out that I didn't even know King Dice at the time rapped, and then like he came off.
Dice's verse was so hard on that shit.
Yeah, like so for me, it's like, oh man, like I gotta ask because it popped in my head, and I'm like, I just want to see if that would ever come to fruition, because it would be dope to see, because that the concept alone was dope, and to even be a part of it, to watch it was dope. So like,
Yeah. Well, thank you. And then the fact that like that was like what 10, 11 years ago, something like that. People still talk about it, so it means it was something.
Fire, dude.
King Jess, True Am I? Hey man, much love to y'all. Like, hey, I'm down for it if you guys are. So
If it happens here,
that's funny though. The name of the album, because there was a fourth member, it was the homie Deluma. There's a fourth member at first, and the name of the album was like 1498 because that's like what we all weighed together.
shit.
And then when one was out, we changed it to like it was like 93 stones, because that's I guess in stones, like in British terms.
Yeah.
That's what our weight was after that.
Silverado, so he has a Silverado.
Pretty much, but hey, we lean into it. Like you gotta love who you are, right? We embraced it.
I hate you, Kevin, because you said something wrong. I instantly thought heavy duty. These I apologize. I don't. Again, I don't know. I'm on one today.
Yeah, he is on one. But
It's Kendrick.
What's the name of this episode again?
This is Talk Your Shit.
Okay, cool.
Oh my goodness.
So Des, are you ready?
Oh God, no, because he done already came in here and told me.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Are you prepared?
just go ahead. Diesel, go on to say what you're gonna say.
Diesel, what are your top 5 dead or alive MCs?
So to preface this, I come from a time where like you had to be the best at what you did, all right? Or like if you were at a cipher in my high school, if you came whack, you were probably gonna get fucked up that day, right? Or if you lost a battle to somebody, the people that had your back, they probably were gonna fuck you up afterwards because you made them look bad in front of like the other school or in front of the neighborhood or whatnot. So like I come from like the time where you had to have the dopest verse on it.
Hey,
I don't care if you're the biggest artist.
Hey, you ain't gotta preface this shit.
Yes, the hell he do. Let him explain himself.
This yo.
Explain
your
yourself, sir.
So like
It's
my
your list.
favorite rappers aren't like the most successful rappers in the world, but like they mean everything meaning. Like so my number one is like my goats is Chino XL. That's my guy, right?
Rest in
Chino
peace.
XL.
See?
Rest in
That's
peace.
Chino. Rest in
She's
peace,
even more
Chino. That's
mad
my guy.
because
Yeah.
fuck Chino XL.
And
I like the list so far.
I am
he's from the
holding-
same. He's from the same city that your favorite used to be from, and they had a beef for a little bit. And I don't know if you heard the 4-minute freestyle that Chino XL did against Pac, but he kind of murdered.
She probably.
Send it to me.
I sent it to
Yeah,
you.
I was like, they didn't
trying
get
to-
that.
He's kind of the only one that went at him openly, and
I'll listen to it. Send it to
I'm
me.
just saying. And you know, it's.
Are you gonna listen
Look,
to it?
I'm gonna listen to it. I'm still working on and finding the strength to listen to that Fat Joe. What's his name? Joseph. What's that man's name?
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden. I ain't there yet. I'm gonna listen at that though. I'm working on Joe.
Shout out to Joe Budden.
Go Joe.
And see, like, so I know everyone says Pac and Biggie, but like they're not on my list at all. And I mean as a shade, you know,
It's your list.
It's your
it's
list.
my list. It's my personal preference to what I like to listen to. Pac was good at what he did. I remember him from back in the Digital Underground days, you know, from the same song, you know, clown around when he came around with the Underground because he used to frown, see him dad, when him around, gas me, when him harass me. Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Like I remember that Pac. I don't know this thug
I
character
like
that
as well.
is out there. I remember this guy who went to Juilliard,
I can tell you
To
where
put this character
out there.
came from.
you know.
Suge Knight said, "Hey,
Jada?
Hey, fuck Jada.
got these couple meals. If you run around
I can't
acting like
stand
this,
her.
he
You
said,
want to get out of prison? Okay, cool. I need this image that I
ahead
want to sell on this label.
act that shit out."
Now, also, you know, he's not in my top 20, but the Machiavelli album, that is my standard for the perfect album. The 12 songs of
Yeah.
everything impactful, all bangers. If you have an album that's 12 songs and as good or somewhere close to that, then you have what I call the perfect album. I'm still like trying to cut down my long ass albums to make the perfect 12-song Machiavelli album, because that is, to me, is the most perfect album of all time.
But let me reverse this back. I just want to jab this in a little. You said not on your top what?
Where am I top 20?
Not in his top 20.
I just want to say that
we was gonna glide past that. You didn't even have to. I was with him because he started talking about the album. We was gonna glide past that.
I just want to say you don't have to appease her by mentioning anything Tupac, because this ain't her shit.
Listen,
This is your talk your shit episode.
Listen.
So talk your shit. Nobody give a fuck what Dez going through.
Listen, they come to the door and they know. Okay, we gonna have a fight.
That's never asked me my top 5. Man.
I don't even want to hear your shit because I know your shit. And I already know. I can tell from how you react when people don't say Tupac that your shit ain't got Pac on there, and I ain't asking you shit either.
Yeah, is Pac on my 5?
Pac ain't even. I got Jim Jones above Pac.
You got to be kidding me! Not Nappy Brain Jim.
Ballin'.
No, not Nappy Brain Jim. I don't even want to hear.
All right, continue.
Diesel, please continue.
Smoking on my top 5 to 9.
Started because Kendrick ain't in my 20 either.
Oh,
I'm just gonna put it in there.
Are
We
you
can talk
sure?
about that too.
Did you
I'm sure. I'm very sure. I'm very sure.
It's his list.
We could talk about him for
I think
a
he's
minute too.
a technical cat. I feel like we're going.
No, Kendrick is
No,
amazing.
I mean,
He's not
I'm
in my
saying I
20.
want to see where your list goes.
So there's
got Chino.
Pun. Pun is my
wait,
top 2.
Is Chino number 1?
Chino's number
Oh,
1.
so we're going 1
Yeah.
down. Okay.
And he's not.
You said Big Pun's number 2?
Yeah, Big Pun, Busta Rhymes. Because I fuck with his energy. Busta Rhymes says, let me get it straight. He's not the dopest rapper out there, but he can say the dumbest shit ever and makes it sound so cool.
He says a lot
Yes.
of dumb shit.
Yeah, he says the most
He
ridiculous
does.
shit out there, but he makes it sound so cool. He's been saying the same verse since like 1987, but he's been saying it in so many different ways and the
You have
delivery
Peter
and
Griffin
structure.
rapping.
Yeah, you know?
Get the fuck out of town.
Yeah.
Okay, we got
good.
2 more.
Tech Nine.
I'll fuck with Tech
Number 4,
Nine.
You know, M. I was for an honorable mention. For 6.
Are we talking M before or after recovery?
You know what? M has been consistently good. I think he's better now than he was when he was younger. Like he can rap way better now than he was when he was younger. Everyone wants the old M back. But like, nah, he's grown. He's like, he's
Let me ask you
50.
this. And Music to Be Murdered By, do you like side A or B?
I really didn't like those albums too much, to be honest.
The second
but it's
one,
his
Kamikaze.
the deluxe was
It's
the
his
deluxe
list.
one was.
It is his list. But I feel like side B, the
Yeah,
B side
the
was way
B-side.
better than A side.
Yeah, what was
but-
the one that had Alfred on it?
That song with the shit about the shooter. I still think that's like one of the the way that fucker wrote that song was still like, what is it? The Darkness song.
I can't remember right now. My mind
I know what
is
song you're talking
completely
about. Yeah, I know what song you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I looked at the list, I could probably.
I noticed your 5 have a certain ability that not most MCs have the ability to do, as far as like the flip of the tongue.
Yeah,
Is that on par? Because I noticed they all have the ability to flip.
Oh, the rap fast.
They can speed, like they can
Yeah.
slow it down. They can
super
speed it up.
rappers, like if
Yeah.
you want the best, you want the best. Like if you have like some really good authentic Mexican food, and then like you get a Burger
Then
King
you go to
taco.
Texas and Mexican
Yeah.
food is trash.
Yeah,
Time
where
out.
it's just like a flat tortilla. with
So I
just
get
lettuce.
I get why you have your preface now, because you can
Like,
see it like the
It's
text.
it's a high bar.
Yeah.
Like just like I grew up listening to my cousin Kuda.
Mm-hmm.
You know that was who I listened to. Even like being a rapper myself, when Uproar started, we had a wall of shame. So if you said anything whack in your verse, anything questionable, whatever, we ripped the page out the notebook and put it on the wall for a couple weeks, and you had to write a whole new verse. You couldn't.
So
say any of the
Ross
stuff on
wouldn't
there.
get away with Reebok on, just do it, huh?
Exactly. You know.
Fucking Rick Ross.
I think
He'll never live that one down.
A lot he wouldn't get.
Oh.
He never let
Yeah.
that one down.
So we were always like overly critical of stuff. Like I was always like a film critic, like with music. So like, it had to catch my ear. I had to hear something that's going to be dope. And, you know, so even my top 5 rappers, they may not have like really dope albums, but like their features great. Like honorable mention, Crooked Eye, right? Crooked Eye is amazing. Like he doesn't get the commercial success that he should deserve, but like in like hip hop hands, is like we know what he does. You
He's
know,
a rapper.
Yeah, you know, and see someone like Common. Common's not like the illest lyricist, but like he's consistent all around. He's been making
Common
dope
or
shit
common
fairly-
sense?
Common. I didn't like Common Sense too much.
Okay. I'm just trying to set the
I like
baseline.
we started adding singers to the stuff. And
Okay.
I've
started,
heard people say Chino XL is possibly the best like rapper of like rappers. I've heard that before.
Yeah, like he's a
don't know
beast,
about
and
that.
maybe I'm
Did-
partial
did-
because I
did-
grew up and I had a light skinned icon, so like okay, like we can I
You
can
found your person?
Yeah.
like okay, I got a lot of my strength from this guy. Like okay, cool, you can do it too, because like being light skinned in like the '90s wasn't it,
Not rapping.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Not
I remember.
rapping. If you
I know.
sung, you was.
Yeah,
I have a
it was-
different
it was solid,
recollection.
Right.
Shit, I was
But you light skinned niggas was getting all the baddies.
Yeah, because the singers.
Oh, that's
Shout out to I'll Be Sure.
yeah,
But
but
he got that one song we remember, and women was throwing their draws at him.
they still do.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
They
that.
just older
I didn't
now.
have that experience. It's like, oh, you light skinned, but you light skinned too? That's what I got,
Does it count if it's his son? Because I think they start throwing it at his son.
That's a gene pool right there.
Yeah, like a
dog.
gene, like it's just.
Damn, boy, you was
That's
that
fine.
nigga so much your kid just get panties stuck.
Yeah. Well, the son, he over there diddy bopping, so we don't know. He might be taking draws.
No, did he?
Oh, he another EJ.
He over
So
there.
now the skips
I don't even know
generation.
what y'all. Oh, he's. Hey,
Like my
Chino is.
like my son's a Mac. He's 7. He says he has got 3 girlfriends with different classes.
Oh
already.
Lord, damn.
He says he wants 100 kids.
Goddamn. I don't know about that.
Have you given them like just a bill and just
Right.
shown them
Right.
what
He getting
those
that
look
much
like?
down to him.
Right? I'm like, damn, bro, the same woman or like poor thing? Well, what are you trying to do? I
100
gotta
kids
babysit
will-
half of them, or what's up?
100 kids of one woman is diabolical.
Yeah, I'm
That,
like,
that uterus is destroyed.
Period. It's gonna fall out with that last one.
like they're the dream, man. They're
Whole
the dream,
uterus and baby
you know?
coming out.
So the last one, like by the 15th.
Yeah.
Have you thought of being a sperm donor?
Yeah, he need to something else, buddy. Something else.
and like and I would see him just walk up to people and like he says, "Hey, my name is Atreyu," blah blah blah. Say his whole name, like, "Yo, man, you are. It's in you." Like, this is it's either on you or in you. Like, you got the pimp in you, son. Like, but be good to people. Don't use that for good. Don't.
Does he show signs that he's going to be musically inclined?
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a band, and my daughter's probably gonna be the singer or rapper.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, they grew up listening to me, and like my daughter, she asked me a couple years ago, "Hey, Daddy, how do you make a song?" Like, I've been waiting.
Oh shit!
So I can retire. I'm putting everything into you. Let
I
me know.
love that.
I'm be your manager, your bodyguard, your cook, your producer, everything. If you need me to kill somebody, just let me know. I got you, sweetie.
These are
Fully invested.
I used to tell McFly that he only has a certain amount of time before he's gonna have to go home and battle every day for dominance in the house.
Mhm.
Because he's gonna have competition inside that house,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and
You
they're gonna hit below the belt.
Hey, don't go easy on him either. Don't go easy on him. Like saying, like I still.
And then the youngest one just gonna fight him. He ain't gonna
He
spend no,
punked me already.
he ain't gonna spend no bar.
He
He just
punked
gonna
me
throw
already.
hands.
He punked me already.
Yeah, I remember my son. Like I told him to do something, and he looked at me. No, I'm like,
So,
bro, you better be able to fight. I'm like, hold on, who you talking to like that? Well, I'm like, when you get bigger, you're gonna mess me up, aren't you? Like, okay, cool, I gotta put the fear in you now. Yeah. So that's just bound to happen, man. Like even like with we still dance battle, we still play Just Dance or whatnot. I'm like, hey guys, I'm not gonna go easy on you just because you're my kids. I'm gonna go harder on you because you're my kids, and I want you guys to be the
I
best.
tried that.
He be out there pop, lock, and drop it.
I tried that, but my daughter's a gymnast and she's way more flexible than me, so she wins every time.
Yeah, she tear your ass up. You out here pop, lock, and dropping
You
it.
gotta pick a different game.
I stick to Mario Kart and
While my knees
show
still
no
work.
mercy.
Right.
So, what are your current and future projects and ventures?
Well, I have an album I'm dropping on December 27th called Higher Self Love Affair. I haven't dropped a project in 3 years. I've been, lifing. Life be lifing sometimes, and you got to live your art. And I've been recording this whole time. I got the Fam Likely project coming out with Tangent. That's dropping next year. I got my Toxic R&B Alter Ego album under the name of Luke Bage. Long awaited part 2. It's coming. That's where I get all my bad stuff
You got
out.
a whole. You said R&B cuts?
No, yeah. I have
Okay.
I put out an R&B album a
Luke
few years
Bage.
back under Luke Bage. That's
Nigga said Luke Bage. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
that's where I get all my toxic stuff out. I put it in the form of R&B and whatnot. And working on that. I got a project with the homie We Are Roses. It's under Two of Fall. It's just me and a producer doing some real experimental type stuff and some really, really dope music. And I got a lot of stuff going on. And I'm happy to release some music after having a drought for like a few years, you know. So I got all that going on. And the Higher Self Love Affair album is pretty much like doing spring cleaning, but like for yourself, you know, people that shouldn't be in your life anymore, situations and mentalities that shouldn't be in your life anymore. Like, hey, I got to hijack myself and just get all the stuff out that doesn't serve me anymore and be unapologetically for yourself. But it's not corny. They're bangers on there, but they're like really passionate, aggressive self-love bangers. Like it's just some of my best work ever, and I can't wait for the shit to come out.
So I love that,
no
but
flute music.
it's just when you say it, my brain goes
flutes.
elsewhere.
Oh, I'm excited
Aggressive
to hear that.
self-love.
Aggressive self-love. You know what? And that goes in the romantic category too. Like, don't waste your time on people that if you pour into them, not going to pour back into you. Like, hey, jack off and save some money. Girls, fiddle your diddle. Do what you got to do and not, you know,
Hit it
give
in
the
the
energy.
morning. You got hit it in the morning, and then just you.
Hey, in the morning. You know how much cheaper it is to jack off? I'm like, bro, you can spend a lot. You don't have to get dressed, and you can still go on about your day.
I cannot.
You've heard me say on this podcast many a times, I'm a vigorous masturbator.
We
so.
know.
Well, you don't have to say that no more. You can
Yeah.
say
Burn is
aggressive.
real.
Aggressive self-love.
You know, I'm like, it's, and you can think.
I'm glad
Claire,
I'm not sitting next to you today because every time you say something, you be like this next to me.
This album is full of post-nut clarity. That's
Oh
that's
my God.
what we're doing.
That's funny as hell.
But like in a spiritual sense. So to speak.
Oh God. Oh God.
It works. It works.
And that's what you gotta do. Like, you know, my favorite like story from like, you know, like the Christian Bible is when Jesus goes into the temple and he flips tables and crafts whips, like not in my Father's house. That's how I feel this album is. Hey, what would Jesus do? Like Jesus say, hey, get out. This is what's going on. This is what it is. You can't do business here no more. And that's what I'm doing with this album. I'm cracking whips. I'm flipping tables. And like I just gotta clear the board and be like, hey, this shit can't go on. And like I take accountability in the album too, like stuff that I contribute to those situations. And you know, we're all human. Like we all mess up. We learn, we live and we learn, right? And so this is just me resetting it and like doing some shadow work too. Like the idea behind shadow work is to really look inside yourself and not worry about your bad side, because it's not necessarily your bad side. It's just that side of you.
Shadow self.
You know, and you're like, hey, sometimes you gotta know when to like tame that, and sometimes you gotta know when to let that motherfucker out, and you know, stand on business. You know, so that's what I'm doing on that. Like, and you get stuck in ruts and you get stuck in things that are comfortable, and it's like, I gotta get uncomfortable because right now I'm dying like this, and I can't live like this no more.
I fuck with that. I definitely fuck with that.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get out of here, I keep looking at this Dr. Pepper can, right? And it's my favorite Diesel memory. So when I joined Uproar, they had a celebration party, like where everybody got together and as a part of the label, and we were just chilling at David's house. And I brought Dr. Pepper 10. So when I look at this Dr. Pepper can, I remember I brought a can to Diesel, and he goes, what is this? Dr. Pepper 10, and he drinks it, he goes, tastes feminine. And that, I was like, that's like the best branding, because it's stuck in my head for over a decade. But every time I see a goddamn Dr. Pepper can, it pops in my head. Because I remember the face he made. It was the most disgusting drink you've ever had. And he was like, ugh.
What the hell do feminine soda taste like? The hell? Dainty soda. What the hell that tastes like?
That's
Like poppies.
Those are so good.
I don't remember it. I'm not saying I didn't say it, because I probably did. I think I've grown since then.
Yeah, all
That shit
right.
was
Because Dr. Pepper was my favorite soda forever, but like I stopped drinking sodas after a long time. I have like a Diet Coke here that in for the caffeine, but like Dr. Pepper was my favorite. But that's a really weird comment that it had on it. I don't.
Feminine.
I remember you said it, and I remember thinking, this shit, that's funny. Because for me, it was like, what the fuck does feminine taste like?
Right. What the hell?
Delicious, right?
If she bathe.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, I plug his shit.
It's an acquired taste. But once you like it, you like it, right?
The moral, the moral of the story at the
I'm
end
tired
is
of
he
y'all.
drank the whole can of Dr. Pepper. So, I mean,
Then he likes feminine tasting things.
bingo.
Okay, and that is what she said. Bam.
Damn.
Let's go.
I mean, most men with beards get their face right.
Oh man, this is just.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, like
Cushion.
We not finna do no.
Shout out to Patrick.
Oh, poor Patrick. I want to see that poor guy in person so damn back. Poor Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick Jones.
Poor
That's
Patrick.
my boy.
Y'all just.
I'll be sunning him.
I'm praying for his beard because I'm tired of y'all.
We praying for him too.
Poor Patrick.
yeah.
I know right now when he hears, he's like, "Fuck you, mouth."
Poor Patrick.
Yeah.
These are good
I really don't remember that.
give people all your handles so they can know where to follow you.
So DZYL, no other spelling ever accepted. DZYL5K1. You can find me on everything, on Twitter or X now, Instagram. That's my Xbox gamer tag. We can squad up. You can find me on anything like that. If you look for me, Google me, it's gonna be D'_ZYL 5K1, 2 different words. Find me on that. I'm everywhere. Follow Dapper Up Entertainment. That's what I'm throwing shows on now. My boy Personal and Imagine, and we're trying to open up the grounds for everybody to come through and do your thing. There's a lot of people, especially youth, that are jumping into music that they weren't doing shows pre-COVID because they were children, or they didn't have an outlet for it. So they're coming out into the world now and experiencing that for the first time. And we want to open that bridge to them, even the people that we've known for a long ass time. We want to come out and treat them how they should be. Like when we bring Stud out, Stud is going to be a headliner. When he comes out, we want people that we fuck with and we respect. To come out and have a craft to do it. We're not gonna try to gatekeep or nothing. You want time on stage? Let's figure out a time and place that works for you.
Nah, don't do all that shit. He don't do all that extra shit and all that facial expression shit. You know what he meant.
I know what he meant. I'm just
And
because I literally just got hit up by Personal yesterday. So
shout out to Personal.
Don't act shocked.
I'm not saying I'm just. It's like it's what he's doing. As soon as I hear headline, my brain goes,
What is it that about you that you don't think people fuck with you? Because you clearly have people that fuck with you.
Yeah, they fuck with you so goddamn hard. They starting to follow me. So what the fuck?
Don't do that. Don't follow her.
He's just humble.
Y'all can follow me.
She talk about bullshit.
He's just humble.
Don't hate on me.
I just know more than likely I'm performing in January. So yeah,
I heard.
I just
May even have a date for it already.
yeah.
Well, what's the date?
Yeah, January 10th sounds good. It could be it, may not be it. I'm not sure. Probably 100%.
Yeah.
But I think you may see some familiar faces coming out there and doing their thing. We
I had a
So
good
we need to be
December.
there.
Let's just say that that's the motivation behind me.
Oh, good December.
A good December. So
Yeah. And so we just want to build for, bridge the gap between the various communities that we know. I got people from IE, LA, San Gabriel Valley, Pomona, San Diego. They all want to mess with us and we'll all come out and do their thing. And we just we don't want to take over or monopolize anything. We just want to play our part and just have another venue for our people to come do their stuff. If we're not familiar with you, come jump on the open mic, show us what you got, and we can find a show that we could, or a date that we can put you on. We have some exciting open mic contests that are gonna be coming up too. So you do good on this show, and we would take the winners from the next couple shows, and on the 4th show we'll have a finale where you guys can win some really dope prizes. Maybe you can get an interview. Get a headline spot, get some gear, get all sorts of stuff, and just coming out and doing your craft, doing what you want to do, and having an opportunity. I got most of my opportunities in life by jumping on open mics. I remember going to South by Southwest back in 2015. I had to show with Jig or CJ Simmons and Dice, and that was dope. And we were performing with other cats around here in California and whatnot. And I remember walking out and jumping into every single open mic that I could. I went to over 20 of them. And I met people from all over the country, all over the world. And having a good handshake and a business card was helping me out so much, where I still got connections with these people and bridges that we've built over the years just from doing that. So I know the importance of that. So just because you see it's an open mic, don't think that it's not going to be beneficial for you. Come out and show us what you got. Come perform for people that you may have not been privy to before. They may have been privy to you. They may fuck with you. I wanted to show in LA a few years back, and I met this cat, Mercutio X, and he started coming to shows, and this man has like the nastiest flow out there. Like from the first bar to the last bar, you're gonna be making a stank face. This guy's he's a fucking rock star, and I would have never heard of shit if I never had signed up for a place I was not familiar with. And if I had invited him to come to an open mic and he jumped on that, and like, I want to see this man grow. He is fucking amazing. Mercutio X, like, remember that name. That man is incredible, you know?
Yes.
A youngster too. It's like, and that's the thing, like a lot of cats are, I guess my age now, because I'm years old. You know, we didn't have a lot of people looking out for us. Like my OGs didn't really exist. So we had people like, a few that looked out for us, like say C4, See For Yourself, Dirty Birdie, and one from Pure Uncut. Those are the ones that really showed me love. They're like big brothers to me. But for the most part, we were fighting for scraps, and the older people didn't want to like let us in. They saw us as threats, competition. But like I see the younger generation, like you guys are the future. So it's our responsibility as big bros, as big uncles, big aunts. You know, we gotta prepare you guys. You know, when I see the Sonny Babbles out there, when I see the Personals, the Mercutio X's, the Ace Sinceres, I want y'all to be the leaders and be efficient at what you do. You know, so if I can do whatever I can personally to help you get to that level, or maybe even just cheer you on, let you know that you got support, I'm going to do that. And I feel that people from our generation should be doing that and paying the best things forward, and then so on and so forth.
No gatekeeping.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. Kick the gate open, make it bigger. We can all rush through it.
Well, facts.
What's up?
So, in closing, again, you opened up the door for a lot of artists, including myself. You showed a lot of love. You've always showed love. I remember having late night conversations where I was fucking trying to figure out a direction I wanted to go in music, and I was always able to pick your brain. And even seeing you continue to go and still keep that same energy and that upbeat tone. And like, even on the way here, I was listening to Bone Crusher, right? And it popped in my mind. I was like, there's not too many people that have that kind of energy, but I feel like easily between Man on Fire and then you have that same voice to where it can just fucking catch you and punch into your ear and just instantly catch your ear and make, motherfucker, you're gonna listen. And I think it's dope to see all this come together and see that you're still doing this shit, because it still gives me motivation to want to keep doing shit, even when I feel like maybe I've hit my expiration date on just fucking wanting to create anymore, because sometimes you feel like, what's the point? But then like I come across you and I go, if he's still pushing, then that means I can still keep pushing. And I think it's great to have you here. Again, you're my brother. I want to see nothing but the best for you and continue success. And January 10th and on, man, like it's going to be dope to see. And 2025 is going to be a great year. Again, we give to you Diesel 5K1, and this has been Talk Yo Shit.
You didn't tell me I was going to cry this morning?
You better not sit up here and cry.
Like, subscribe, share, comment.
All that shit.
Till next time.
If you don't do it, your mama a hoe.
Oh my God, not
we
your
love you.
mama.
But hoes got to eat too.
Peace.
Gotta eat this dick.
Oh my
Thank you
God.
so much.
This has been another episode of the Heavyweight Podcast, Talk Yo Shit. One thing about me, baby, I'm showing up every week to see who coming to talk that shit. Y'all better show up with me. See you there. Bye.